Hi again, and welcome to today's top story. Somebody who's a really good friend of ONNtv, is always happy to see him, always very, very busy, talking about actually how the next few months are very busy for the Chamber of Commerce. CEO Rory Ring joins us to talk about something that this is so cool. It's the Discoverability Web Portal. So tell me what that is.
Yes, so the Chambers of Commerce in Ontario have always been very involved in the AODA Act, so the Accessibility Ontario Act, in trying to make sure our business community is well aware of the regulations that they have to meet over time. But also it's been very important to make sure that we're training our business community, business owners and employees how to provide service to persons with a disability, whether it's a consumer or an employee. Also the things to what you need to do to accommodate if you hire a person with a disability. So we've been very, very involved in those type of things, but we've also known that there's not any sort of one place to go to get all your resources. We've also been working with, the network has been working with Ryerson University in creating what I call a dating service for employers and job seekers.
I love that.
Yes, you know, it's very detailed. It's more detailed than something like Workopolis or Indeed. It really allows the employer and the employee to get as narrowly focused on skills and skill requirements. So it's job matchmaking really at its best. But within that application, there was a place to self-identify as a person with a disability. So it kind of was a natural evolution to create what is called Discoverability Network. So what we've done is worked with the Ontario Chamber of Commerce and Ryerson University to create Sault Ste. Marie Discoverability Network. So it's really trying to create opportunity for persons with the disabilities to get connected with those job opportunities that are in our community. And we all know that there's some challenges in terms of finding people to put into the jobs that are available here in our community. So it's an excellent opportunity to promote employment in Sault Ste. Marie, but also to really promote Sault Ste. Marie as a great place to do things that are advance of many places in Ontario.
Now, as you've been working on this project, Rory, have you found that potential employers are reticent in Sault Ste. Marie to hire the disabled, or are we making our way through?
You know, we're making our way through, and I think you find that anywhere in Ontario, because, you know, we really have to understand really what is a person with a disability. And that definition is very, very broad. You know, and you think about even one of the latest trends globally is accessible tourism. And you think, well, why is that? Well, you know what? The demographics are we're getting older, and those individuals have a higher disposable income, so they travel. But you know what? Hearing fails, eyesight fails.
They need wheelchairs.
I even know my knees are failing. So, you know, I live this dream. And, you know, so there's some great opportunity to really advance, you know, our community in terms of addressing some of the needs of a person with disability.
Zeroing in on that
yeah, you know, and I had the
demographic.
opportunity on Saturday to present at the Special Olympics 50th anniversary gala event to raise funds for the Special Olympics. And many of the individuals there are from the police services and fire services because they do the torch run across Ontario, and we've always supported that with our International Bridge Walk. But I said to them, I mean, even in their line of work, they understand how quickly somebody can be a person with a disability, whether it's an on-the-job accident or they're tending to an automobile accident or, you know, just circumstances in life, industrial accidents. There's many ways that somebody can be a person with a disability but still has complete mental faculty, right? And still has all their senses still available to them. So those individuals are highly employable. But, you know, also, you know, that evening it was fantastic. Chevy and Carla, they were two Special Olympians, one from North Bay and the other here locally, spoke. And, you know, they spoke with such energy, passion, and intensity. And I said to the audience there, can you imagine having those people, those persons in your business and really, you know, the work ethic? Because it is proven that, you know, it does make sense for companies to hire a person with a disability from a retention perspective, from an innovation perspective, you know, reduced sick days, productivity. And a lot of people don't realize that those are real advantages.
Now, you mentioned that it's important for the disabled to go to the website and self-identify. Why is that an issue?
Because there's obviously, a need for an employer to know what they need to do to ensure that they can accommodate the person, that they can meet certain health and safety requirements.
So if it's a physical challenge, then the person who has self-identified
Absolutely.
actually talks about what they need.
Yeah, so in the program, I mean, here's great. In the program, we really have 5 spots for major partners. And, out in the community talking to those potential partners, speaking to Algoma Steel, love the program, like to have them on board. But at this particular time, health and safety on a production floor may not accommodate an individual with a disability. So they have to be very, very careful in terms of meeting, requirements of the Labor Act, right? And ensuring that people are safe, people around are safe.
Well, I'm sure they don't want to put them in harm's way.
Exactly, so there's opportunities, say, with Algoma for engineers, administrative persons, those type of jobs. And that obviously within the manufacturing sector, not just Algoma, but broadly here, is a challenge that they have to meet. So, self-identifying allows them then to sort of run through a criteria and a selection process to make sure that they can accommodate. But also in the portal, it will drive businesses to resources to help them provide accommodating assistive devices or.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really is great. It also targets on the employee or job seeker side. It can help them go to particular agencies that are delivering employment services, who know employers. So again, they can create those conversations, and it's always best to be right up front and
Yep.
and identify opportunities and challenges, right?
So when you talk about this idea, it's such an innovative idea, and really, it's time. Is this like the first in Ontario, or where did this idea come from?
Well, so it came out of the Ontario Chamber of Commerce in Ryerson, and then them speaking to the province of Ontario. It's a program that's very much supported by the province, and some funding is available to help us drive this network. So our landing page, sue.discoverability.network, actually goes to a main portal that can be accessed by anybody, not just in Ontario, but anywhere in the world. And the platform in behind that, called Magnet, has really developed in Ontario, but cast its reach far outside of Ontario, because many of the job seekers in there are from colleges and universities. So the exposure to your international students and to the family and friends of those, they can access through this, whether it's Discoverability or the Magnet platform, employment opportunities to come to Canada. And we know from our community that that's very important, because certainly there's a number of skills gaps that we need to bring in immigration. We need to make sure we're engaging our Indigenous community to bring in them into opportunities to share prosperity.
Now, because the portal services the employer and the employee potential on both sides, can you just go as either one to the website and just sign up, or do we need to call the chamber and be interviewed by someone? How does that work?
Yep, no, on both sides, whether you're a business or a job seeker, you can go to the website, to the landing page, and identify that you're on the SUE Discoverability Network, and you identify that way. And what that does is actually allows us to collect the data to see who's hiring and whom they're hiring, skill sets and that. So it's very important to collect that data. For us, we'll have, we're speaking to now really 5 major partners to come on board that will allow us to give them data back, and obviously the city, the Accessibility Committee, but under that umbrella, the Economic Development Corporation, the Local Immigration Partnership, the Innovation Center. They've just done a major project as well, supported by the province, if you've read through that, to create IT sectors. So, I mean, that is actually a really good fit for persons with disabilities, because never discount that somebody in a wheelchair can't program.
Absolutely.
Right, and these things are quite easy. And there's, on the resource side, when you go to the business side, there's a number of videos in there. There's toolkits, there's speakers that you can bring to your community, and there's a lot of partnerships within that. So the city, Sioux Area Hospital, so they have needs for employees and volunteers. So they can use that platform, and they have actually a couple of volunteers there that are in the Special Olympics as well. So that's a really great fit. Algoma University and Sioux College, both as providing opportunities for their students and graduates, but also for employment opportunities. And I was speaking with the university, 15% of their students identify as a person with a disability.
15%.
So I was really quite surprised myself
Yes.
at that number, which is a great program for them now
Absolutely.
to access this. And it walks the job seeker through the process. And again, there's tools and that they can refer to. And then it goes in, and an employer can come in and say, well, I've got this job spec, and we can accommodate this, this, and this. And it goes through and it matches them up, and we'll give the employer, say, your top 5 employment prospects are this, and run them down so they can sort of prioritize their selection, if you like, of a candidate. So it's efficiency in time. So we've also partnered with Donna Kunanen and Yes You Can, and as a provider, so she does a lot of placement for persons with a disability, and she's very focused on that. But if you know Donna, she's a very enthusiastic and a very, very excited about this program. So we're really happy to have her on board as well. So we've got a number of partners to help us create the momentum in behind this. And there is currently about 120,000 job seekers on the Magnet platform, and over 16,000 employers on the seeking employment.
That's awesome.
Employers. So yeah.
You know what? It's such a great idea because it focuses on Sault Ste. Marie if you want it to, but if you're looking for something outside of Sault Ste. Marie, there's that option too.
Yeah, on both sides of that equation, whether
Right.
you're an employer or a
Yeah.
job seeker, it really is quite excellent.
Well, congratulations
Yeah,
on this.
we're
Very
excited.
forward thinking.
Yeah, we're taking the opportunity of the focus on Sault Ste. Marie and the 50th anniversary of the Special Olympics. I mean, it ties in, extremely well with that, and it'll turn, another light on Sault Ste. Marie and what we're doing in Sault Ste. Marie to be creative and get to solutions for, sharing economic prosperity in Sault Ste. Marie.
And you are setting the precedent. Thank you so much for coming in here and
Thank
talking
you very
about
much.
it.
It's always a pleasure. We're very
Really
excited
appreciate
about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be awesome. The dating service for the employer and the employee. Stay with us. More on Top Story coming up right after this.